Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 247.
247.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mousefan Travel. They were just on the Disney Dream this past week. They had a great time getting ready for the holidays there. And they got to see the new Beauty and the Beast show, which is part of the Disney Dream. So definitely check them out. They get to do pretty much, I don't want to say they get to do, they do a lot and can talk to you about Disney vacations and really Royal Caribbean cruises, Disney cruises, pretty much anywhere you want to go in this whole wide world.
Yeah, still not too late for Christmas time plans.
Almost too late. Almost too late. So if you want to go to Walt Disney World for the holidays, check them out as well.
Also this week, the return of our Mousesteps Weekly contest.
Thanks to Trader Sam's for offering the happiest brew that ever sailed, along with a mug. The contest will be till November 20th, 2017, and just watch till the end of the show, and we'll talk about it more then.
And I am drinking the coffee in question as we speak. It is excellent. I love this coffee. And
you've been sampling a lot of them.
I have. But this is perfect because this is the Christmas brew, and we're about to talk about Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, as you're seeing right now. This is the very first party, and it was packed getting in.
Right. Well, getting in was pretty busy. And the one thing I always tell guests to get here around 4 p.m. Now, 4 p.m. is really the rush. Like if you get here at like 5 after 4,
right,
it's probably not going to be a rush anymore. So, but it didn't take us long to get inside, maybe just like 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah. It looked much worse than it was. And again, we're usually there at about 10 after 4. So this is one of the rare times we were actually early.
Right. And this is the very first party. We were there for the first party and the third party. And I am partied out. And here are the holiday treats and entertainment and specialty foods. And there are some changes this year, including no more apple slices, which was my biggest disappointment.
Well, as I was demonstrating, always pick up the guide as soon as you get in. And don't forget to pick up your Sorceress card. And that is a free bonus to the party. And it's Rover from the Carousel of Progress. How cool is that?
I thought this was a fun one. And again, it is included with the party. And on the first party night, not the third one, but they had the omnibus out here. And it just said, Very Merry Christmas Party this way. And then you go on the, I think it's like the Market Street bypass behind just
behind
follow. Just, yeah. And
you can't miss it.
There's photo opportunities we'll see, as well as a few decorations. And it's just like they do during Mickey's Not So Scary Now.
I love this. I think this is a great way to start the party. I mean, especially when you're getting there very early, like 4 o'clock.
These were in Town Square in like 2008. So it was kind of fun to see them again. I had just posted on my Instagram account about them. And then somebody's like, oh, they're in the bypass this year. And we also get our first cookie.
Our first of many treats. We're going to talk about all the treats, but that was the very first one. And you can get as many of those as you want.
Right. Well, I mean, you could go around the bypass as often as you would like. I just went once. But you also can have your picture taken with like an ornament. There's also this year, last year was the first year they did this. And now you can also make some purchases. And we will be showing merchandise at another segment of the show.
Actually, we're going to show merchandise right now.
Oh, okay. We're going to see it now.
Segue right into it, and here is the official shirt. But I give them credit for selling the items right in the street there. There is the general pin.
So, well, is that a general release?
Yeah, general release, correct.
I just want to say, like, as far as merchandise goes, and I haven't bought anything, but I think this year's merchandise is better than ever. You've got the Clarabelle Cow shirt there. You've got a Goofy shirt here. And I also really like and there you
I am drinking from that
he has
as
that.
we speak. I have my Trader Sam's coffee in my Clarabelle mug. How perfect to record this show.
Yeah, I mean, and also this shirt, also, I don't know if you have the ornament.
Of course I do.
Oh, okay. Well, he has the ornament also here as far as the video. But this is my favorite of the shirts, is just the Mickey.
I love them. I think the design, the retro look to them is fantastic. I really like the merchandise this year. And there's the ornament that you mentioned.
I like the retro. I like the various characters. There's so many different characters. I didn't end up buying anything. I don't buy a lot of merchandise in the parks occasionally. But I think this year is good or better than ever.
And a pass holder shirt available as well.
That one, I like my favorite is the Raglan long sleeve type t-shirt. That's my favorite of all of them.
So the first thing we did on party number 1 is we went over to get in line for Sandy Claus, Jack Skellington as Sandy Claus. That's what we normally do. And we were told he might come out at about 5 o'clock. That was false information because later on a cast member said he would not be out till 7 o'clock sharp, and he was true to his word. So we waited about 2 hours and 45 minutes for Sandy Claus.
We had already waited about an hour at that point.
Right.
So
we were invested.
We were invested in the time. So we got there a little after 4 and then ended up meeting him around 7.
But it was all worth it to me because I love meeting Sandy Claus and Jack Skellington. It's always a highlight. It's just so much fun.
I just want to say, though, as far as waiting that long, and I don't know if he'll start earlier at other times, but the line looked much shorter later in the evening. Like a couple hours later, the line looked a lot shorter. So you probably wouldn't have a 3-hour wait. Hopefully during the party, it would probably be a lot shorter than
Right.
that.
The only advantage to waiting like we did is you're not losing any party time. You know, the party starts at 7, and for us, we had an agenda. We wanted to see all the shows and the fireworks and the parade. We really wanted to, I wanted to record all of it on the very first night. So we had no time to waste.
Right. And I wanted to see a Totally Tomorrowland Christmas. That's my favorite. I think that's still my favorite of the shows. But anyway, Jack Skellington as Santa Claus is always fantastic.
So now we're here at party number 2, and this time we decided to wait for the Seven Dwarfs. We had never met the Seven Dwarfs in their Christmas attire.
Right, we've met them during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and they started at 6:15, so they did start before the party, and we got in line maybe an hour and a half before that.
It was nice, though, because we met some viewers of the show, some really nice people in line, so that always helps make the time go by. So thanks to everyone that said hello to us. And look at all the diamonds and nice shiny shininess there.
I just wanted to say also, one of those who read us and follow us online said that they come here they're going to the party twice because we said that was a good thing to do. And I do recommend that.
Absolutely,
I know
2 parties.
It's not cheap, but you get to see, it's the one way you can really see everything. It's hard to get it all in one night.
Well, speaking of seeing everything, I did ask Grumpy here for a bucket of diamonds because he turned me down on the Halloween party night, and he was not about to give me that bucket of diamonds. I blame Axel for this. Axel is the one. Curious Axel started all this.
We'll see Axel in January.
Yes, we indeed will, and we'll see him later at the end of the show. He's going to talk about Disneyland Paris Christmas, too.
But he's going to be here at Walt Disney World in just 2 months, so less
all
than
the
2 months.
characters better beware.
No. Well,
look
I
at that.
can't wait.
He's telling me, go, get out, just like Darth Vader told Curious Axel. So
that's funny. But
anyway, what a great time. I always love the dwarfs, and it's a very nice background, highly recommended. And now we're going to meet Scrooge and Donald Duck.
Now they do start at 7 o'clock, and I think we waited about an hour or more total.
We waited about an hour, yeah.
We started a little early in the line, maybe 6:30 or what time did we get in line?
We got in line at 6:45. We met them at 7:45.
Okay, so we did wait about an hour, and about 45 minutes of that was during the party.
Now, I gave Scrooge a Belgian gold coin.
Is that what that is?
That is Belgian gold.
I
yes.
had no idea.
Yeah, I told him that. If you watch the video, you will see it. And he was tasting it, making sure it was 100% gold, and it was, so he was very happy. We always have fun
Axel?
with Axel's influence is strong. And I asked Donald if Scrooge was a good uncle, and he didn't really think he was that good of an uncle.
I don't think that's
yes,
true.
look, he's like, okay, uncle. Scrooge was offended by that, I think. And of course, here is Minnie and Daisy.
I like Donald's outfits, and his outfit, and also Minnie and Daisy. And I think these were new a couple years ago. Definitely Minnie's outfit was new a couple years ago.
Right, and these guys were way down by the train station, way off in the corner in the darkness, so not easy to see. If you didn't know they were there, if you didn't seek them out, you might have missed them.
And we waited about 20 to 30 minutes for them. So if you're looking for characters, it does take a little bit of time. And there is Mickey. He is in Town Square Theater. He used to meet with Minnie for the parties a long time ago when you had the Mickey's Toontown Fair.
Before he started talking, now he's a very talkative mouse, and it was great. I always love to meet Mickey in his Christmas finery, and this wait was only about 5 minutes. We went right after the first parade, immediately after the first parade on party night number 1, so that was a very, very good character experience.
I don't think that this one gets as long. Now, during Mickey's Halloween Not So Scary, it seemed like the line was a lot longer. I'm not sure why, but this one doesn't seem like it gets quite as long.
Another highlight, Club Tinsel. We had so much fun at Club Tinsel because you had dancing reindeer and also
Polar bears.
Yes, dancing polar bears. How cool was that? And you can sort of go up and get a picture with them. And I should mention there's elves also. Very tall elves.
It says you can get jingly with it, so that's what you do here. And
is this getting jingly?
I guess so.
Uh-huh.
But I actually enjoy seeing the reindeer, and they did a meet and greet a couple of years ago before I guess they came to Club
I remember
Tinsel.
that, right.
And that was fun, only for maybe a year or so.
Right around where Moana now is.
Right, and I think they used to be in the one show that used to be on the castle.
It's the changing of the guard.
Right, it's like everybody's doing their...
I like how they have to duck down to leave here, but polar bears are great too. I just love this.
Didn't they used to be in that show at the castle?
Yes, absolutely.
Why can't I think of the name of it?
They were put out of work, one would think, but no, they had a reprieve and they were able to come out and dance to get jingly.
But once Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration came last year.
Celebrate the season.
That's it. Celebrate the season. For some reason, I couldn't remember it. It's been a really long week.
Also roaming were the country bears. We never see them out, so it was so nice. Here is Big Al, and he has his Christmas scarf.
Aren't they out like every day?
Oh, the hoedown! The hoedown, of course. I forgot about the hoedown.
But we don't see them with their Christmas scarves too often.
Yes,
so,
that's a good excuse for me. I meant the Christmas scarves. Yeah, that's what I meant.
So yeah, there were the hoedown, and then Clarabelle Cow has her new look.
But it was great. I didn't know for sure that we were going to run into them, so I liked it. This is the new band. Do you happen to know what they're called?
I don't know.
They are the Reindeer Wranglers.
Yes, because I just went and researched it.
That's right. The magic of editing.
I am the researcher.
And again, the Country Bears joined the Reindeer Wranglers too.
I missed that. Where was I?
You were...
I don't know where I was.
Elsewhere. And this is so cool. This is new this year, I think, the projection at the Pirates. And of course, it is Captain Jack Sparrow meeting and greeting.
That was a new projection. They have some new ones over there. I think they've had projections there before, but just a little bit different. And there is Abu and Aladdin.
And you haven't seen this, but there's a little sword fight going on there. Who knew Abu had such skills?
I have not seen that.
Yeah,
no.
I just happened upon this as I was walking to get our parade spot, and I thought it was quite fun.
Well, you never know what you're going to see when you're walking around the parks.
Yeah, but look at this. Full force.
I guess he won.
And Moana, very new this year. It's her first year meeting at the Christmas party. She did meet, though, at Mickey's Very Merry Halloween party. Merry, no. Not So Scary party.
So Moana this year was new at both parties. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party.
Very popular, by
yes,
the way.
Very popular. One of the longer lines.
And one of the earliest to come out. She came out, I guess, about 5 o'clock, I was told.
Okay, we were not there to see that. No. So, but that's what we heard. And now we're looking at Mickey's
Kringle Crew.
Yes, before Mickey's Once Upon a Christmastime Parade, which of course is, a major highlight of Mickey's Not So Scary Christmas Party. No,
they should put those together. The Mickey's Not So Scary Very Merry Party, and you can just have all of it in one big party.
Both Halloween and Christmas, but yeah, this is the Kringle Crew who entertain guests as they're dancing through the streets.
Only on Main Street, by the way.
And Town Square.
Town Square, of course.
Just because it takes a little while for the parade to come. And we usually end up, both times we were in Town Square for it. So it does take about 15 to 20 minutes or so for the parade to get there.
And this is the very first Mickey's Once Upon a Christmastime Parade of the season. And here come all the characters to start off the parade.
And this is our favorite location a lot of times to watch it from. Although the other location that we'll probably show from also was excellent. But this is looking straight at the castle, and you can see Mickey and Minnie here. They used to have Duffy until a few years ago.
Yeah,
they had him for a number of
Duffy
years.
Has been retired.
And we generally recommend doing the second parade as opposed to the first parade because it's going to be a lot less crowded.
Definitely.
But you never know as far as sometimes you'll have rain, so then the second parade could be totally packed. So depending on the weather, it's a lot less busy generally for the second parade.
Correct. Plan accordingly is the word there. And here is Anna and Elsa of Frozen fame. I don't even need to say that, I don't think.
And they have been in the parade now with Olaf and Kristoff for a number of years. We'll see probably Kristoff, who's on the float that Chip and Dale used to be on. But here, Olaf is on one that used to have Scrooge McDuck was on here. And I think Donald Duck may have been on this float at one time as well.
Yeah, this float has had many characters over the years, but I think it's a good fit for Olaf. Everybody loves him, and he talks, actually interacts with the crowd, so it's a lot of fun seeing Olaf.
Right, and he does meet, I think, still at Disney's Hollywood Studios for those who actually want to meet him.
And here is Kristoff, and you'll remember this float used to, years ago, be the Chip and Dale float. They would have snowball fights and things.
They were on it for many, many years. So that was a lot of fun. But Kristoff and the Frozen characters were added a few years back. And so this is just the Frozen set at this point.
That's right. And here is Vanellope Von Schweetz.
And Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope have been here, I guess, a few years or so at this point as well. I'm trying to think. Wreck-It Ralph. Oh, wasn't Claire? Was Horace Collar used to be on that float?
Very good memory.
So these different floats get
Well, the car, Vanellope's car, used to just be a generic car, just driven by a lady.
Right, like a sports car driver,
right, like
a
sports car driver, that's right. We'll have to go back to some of our old Christmas parades. They're all listed there.
But yeah, Horace Collar used to be on this float. So it's interesting to see over the years, little changes end up being big changes.
Well, speaking of little changes, this is last year's parade. I'm going back a year, and pay close attention to the gingerbread men here.
And I want to also mention Chip and Dale. I mean, they used to be on the float, but then about 3 or 4 years ago, they ended up here now in this set with the gingerbread men.
Right. So anyway, I was mentioning to take a close look at the gingerbread men. This will have been the last time we see them. They have been 100% retired because now we have the Disneyland gingerbread men. Look at their faces are more puffy. They have a very more rounded look to them. Very different gingerbread men.
It's funny because to me they look almost the same.
Not at all the same. Is it completely different gingerbread?
I did not.
Look at their faces.
I would have never noticed, but they say have the same pink cheeks, and that's what I'm kind of looking at. So I will have to look at them a little bit more closely.
Well, I'm telling you, they are completely different. They're the ones from Disneyland. Oh, look at this. Scrumptious.
No. I hate
Scrumptious.
But Clarabelle Cow has a new look. A lot of the characters are getting new looks, new outfits. Like Anastasia and Drizella have a new costumes that look beautiful. We haven't seen them in person yet. We saw them probably on the last day of their old costumes.
And here is Goofy and the Goofy's Candy Company float. Last year, at the very first parade, this float was missing.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I remember it was missing, but then we went back and caught it during the second parade.
He no longer is on the one for Mickey's Not So Scary. Vanellope is now on the one for Not So Scary.
And here are the dwarfs. We already met the dwarfs earlier, but a return engagement from the dwarfs.
But no scarves.
Yeah, why not? They should fully have their scarves.
Yeah, I don't know. But there is Snow White and Prince. Is it Prince?
I think it's just the prince. It's the prince.
And this float is used for the Easter. For Easter as well.
Yeah, all the rabbits. And also this float is used for the lead float with the Mickey and Minnie. And,
Mickey's.
Not So Scary.
So, right, with Daisy and Donald and Mickey and Minnie.
Triple duty it gets.
Yes, it gets a lot of use. And
Cinderella. I'm talking like the mice.
Yes. Oh, I forgot. I don't get to see that movie enough.
Yeah.
We should watch it again. But
and Prince Charming. I know his name.
Yes, he actually has a name. And so we have Cinderella here, and she's in her carriage, and she is a longtime favorite of the parade.
And now we're going to look at this is mainly the princesses and princes, and of course they have the pre-ballroom, and very different from the Not So Scary, because they also have ballroom. I bet you they're the same performers.
They probably are.
Are in their ripped dresses and dirty looks and everything, and now they're all
dirty
regal.
Looks.
Well, no, I don't mean it that way.
Yeah, okay,
they're physically their
right.
dresses are
they're
sooty.
like Yes. So, but they look very different.
Here's our alternate angle, which is much brighter to see a good look at the princesses and princes. Plus, you can see Rapunzel better from this side.
So there is the Beast, and you have Belle on the other side, and you have Sleeping Beauty and Prince Philip on the other side, and then Ariel and Eric, and Fairy Godmother, and Rapunzel and Flynn Rider.
I see
yes,
Tiana up there.
Princess Tiana.
And
So
Naveen and the Fairy Godmother.
this is a very old float.
Oh, the Mira float has
Yeah.
been there forever. Probably before the park opened in 1971, that thing existed.
You think?
I don't know.
No.
Probably not.
But it's been in so many of the parades.
So you can tell we watch way too many of these parades, but another change are the Pixar Balls.
So did they have any Pixar balls?
No, I went back to last year's and they were just generic balls. Less of them, too.
So yeah, I mean, I noticed. I'm like, I don't remember the Pixar balls, but I didn't know if there were any previously.
Well, it makes sense because you're about to see the Pixar characters. You have Woody and Jessie and everything right after the Pixar ball, so it's kind of like setting the stage.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's nice. That's a nice, very easy addition, and here they come.
And you can see, like, this is such a great location because you can kind of see both sides as they're coming down at you. Like, you could see Jessie pretty good as they're traveling down the and this is one of my favorite segments. I have several favorite segments. One of them is
Nothing
the
beats
toy
the toy
soldiers.
Seeing the toy
reindeer.
soldier. Yeah,
Reindeer
well,
are good
that's
too.
true. That's true. But when they all come marching right at you from this angle,
Playing their music.
it's pretty impressive. It really is.
So that's there's like three highlights of the parade for me. This is one of them, and then the Gingerbread Men and the reindeer are all highlights for
And
me.
I like the stomp, stomp, stomp.
Mm-hmm.
They all march in perfect order. So it's just amazing.
And for photos, it's really incredible. And here come this is again one of my favorites is the reindeer. So when you get to actually dance with one, I didn't dance with one, but when you get to be in the presence of them, it's fun.
And I should mention that they are the newer style of reindeer. They used to have the reindeer they called them the crazy reindeer with the long tongues. So these are newer
Was that
reindeer.
Bill Justice reindeer?
Yeah, he
or
did
something?
the original. That's correct.
And then here is Santa, and he always is the end of the parade.
He loves us. He's telling us, Mr. Claus. That's very nice.
And then here is the end float.
This used to be at the beginning. They used to kick off the Mickey's Once Upon a Christmastime Parade with that.
You know
float.
what? I totally forgot about that. I wonder why it was at the end now.
So now we're going to watch the Christmas Wishes.
So Wishes, as a show, no longer plays at the Magic Kingdom, but you still have Hollow Wishes and Holiday Wishes that play at the parties.
And this is a tremendous angle. I think the very best way to see it is straight on. This is about halfway over the bridge. And again, it is still a great show. I love seeing the Christmas Wishes. And you have Tinkerbell flying.
Especially if you've never seen it before. Like the second parade, or the second party, I really just needed a walk around the park. And so I watched it from different angles in the park, and that was fun too. But you can't then see the projections on the castle, which certainly aren't as impressive as, let's say, Happily Ever After.
Right, but they are still
fun to look
add
at.
to the goodness of the fireworks.
But there are terrific views to be had around the park, even near the tiki room.
And I like the Christmas tree segment there. They turn the castle into a big Christmas tree, and at the end, a big star tops it there.
And I always like these on the castle, the sparklers on the castle. Mm-hmm.
And the official name is Holiday Wishes, by the way. I kept calling it Christmas Wishes. It is Holiday Wishes.
And again, you have the hollow wishes as well during the Not So Scary.
And also it features 180-degree fireworks. So you can turn all around and see it is sort of engulfed by fireworks. And that's what's happening right now.
Many years ago, it was 360-degree fireworks, and they used to have to stop the monorail.
And the boats.
Yeah, and
it
then
was
you
a
couldn't.
big problem.
Then you couldn't leave the park. So it really, you could leave the park, but you couldn't go anywhere really.
The addition of the
nice.
turrets, the lit up turrets, add to the goodness of it also. Oh, voice play. We finally got a little bit of voice play this year.
This is something that plays on the stage before, I think
Totally
it's
Tomorrowland Christmas.
And it's fantastic. So if you have a chance to see them singing, They're really, really fantastic.
So I'm not going to steal your line. Why don't you say what this is?
This is my guilty pleasure show, A Totally Tomorrowland Christmas. Started the same year that Stitch's Supersonic Celebration started and ended. Stitch's Supersonic Celebration was not a good show. And so I thought, A Totally Tomorrowland Christmas.
Yeah, we went in thinking, and it didn't have the best start either, with Mike Wazowski losing his arm. So it seemed like it would have been doomed, but it turns out it's one of the most fun shows. Every year, we both look forward to this. When all this stuff is included free Christmas week, this will be the one thing that we go to see during the daytime.
This is something I'll want to see a bunch of times, because this really is my personal favorite show. Like Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration is new for last year, but this is just so much fun.
Well, I prefer
this is
Mickey's
my favorite part of it too.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. You love that part.
I do. I love the show. I love this part of the show. This is my favorite part of the show, but it's all just so much fun. And it's like, I know the whole show probably by heart now, but I still enjoy seeing it.
Well, another thing that I like about it is it's a very easy show to watch. You don't have to get there super early to see it. It's not, even if you go and watch it from the back, it's still a small enough theater where you can see everything.
Right. And Haley Comet
Comet.
a new, I think it's a new Haley Comet for this year.
New Haley Comet.
Okay, they're all the same Haley Comet. So, but she was fantastic. And then you have Stitch, who has learned the meaning of Christmas, and he did not go hunt down Santa Claus.
Thankfully.
And then you end up with a little bit of fireworks, and you have falling snow.
It wouldn't be a Disney show if it didn't start snowing at the end of it.
Right. Well, a holiday show or a Christmas show, yes. So anyway, this is, if you get to go to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, or if you're here during Christmas week, because generally they run the shows during the day at that time, I definitely recommend it.
So now you better unbuckle your belts, because we're about to try every single included treat that they offer at the party. And we're starting off over here with the Peppermint Crunch Cookie and the Nesquik Chocolate Milk.
Well, I think this was one of my favorites. I don't drink a ton of chocolate milk, and, I was trying to be good that evening, but the Peppermint Crunch cookies are very good.
It's like a wine pairing. All of these things are paired with the various beverages. I thought this was one of my favorites as well. I haven't had chocolate milk in years, and it went really well with that peppermint
Did you
cookie.
not have it when we did the 5K at the Disneyland Paris?
Oh, I did. So I haven't had it since then.
Or we had some sort of chocolate milk.
And here is nice projections, and we're about to go to another treat stop.
And
this is the traditional one. These are
Snickerdoodles.
Snickerdoodles, right? And hot chocolate.
So I do like the Snickerdoodles. These have been around at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party for years and years and years and years. But again, no apple slices. So that was
very sad.
I bought a banana.
Very sad
Starbucks,
that there are no
first.
apple slices.
I know that it's such a healthy option, and I like having one healthy option during the party is really nice. I mean, the pretzel was good, and we'll talk about that. But I mean, the apples are my favorite.
Well, here is a much less healthier option. I think this is the snow cone and Santa cookie.
Well,
here is the nice snow cone. So nice how they give it to you. She said, Merry Christmas. It's like getting a gift. There are the cookies, Santa Claus cookies, and the snow cone. I actually liked both of them. Of course, for the goodness of the show, I had to try all of this during this night.
I didn't have one of the Santa Claus cookies. They had it last year, so I knew kind of what it was.
Better than the Santa Claus cookie on the way in, I'll tell you that.
And so the blue snow cone, though, is very tasty. So the Friar's Nook it's sparkling cider, and then they
said 2 flavors.
Yes, they did have 2 flavors on the second time we went, but I don't think they had that the first time I went. So they said Dove Smooth Chocolate, and I thought, I thought it was...
We thought it was drinking chocolate.
Right, I thought it was drinking chocolate, but it's not. They just give you the little squares, but I can't complain.
It was another one of the absolute best of the party.
It was nice.
You can't not like those Doves. The Doves are amazing. And I thought the cider was very good.
I like the cider too, but if you wait till the end of the party, at least the first party, they were giving out not sparkling, so they must have run out of the
Perhaps
sparkling.
the sparkle went away.
So have it during... No, it was just like regular cider.
Now, this is a jackpot here, and you can have either hot chocolate or regular cider.
This is
I
at
took
Pinocchio's.
the regular cider, right?
This is not on the map. But
bonus.
it's like a bunch of the different cookies. And actually, it looks like they have that gingerbread molasses cookie.
Yeah, it's the best of everything. It's all the cookies that you're about to see. I think we've actually seen 3 of the 4 already. And again, you have your choice of hot chocolate or cider or both if you want.
If you just want the cookies, you can get 4 cookies there, ones that you can find around the park. I like the gingerbread molasses cookie. This may be my favorite of the cookies. And
he's
they
very
also
generous.
have
Gave 2 cookies.
well, I think they all give 2, and then also eggnog, and I like eggnog, and it's just a little bit, just enough, you know. I think eggnog's really high in calories, so I don't want to go too crazy, but it was good.
I agree with you. I did like the molasses cookie, and it went well. It actually went very well with the eggnog. So again, it's a pairing almost.
Yes. And last year was the first year that they really expanded out their treats. Before that, it was always Snickerdoodles. Sometimes they would have chocolate chip cookies also, and apple slices, my favorite. But that was about it.
This was a welcome addition here. Not the snow cone so much. I already had one of those. This is a hot salted pretzel. Really
Soft.
good.
It was really
Soft,
good.
Yummy, good pretzel. One of the absolute best things of the party, of the treats.
During the first party, I just was walking around for a little bit on my own, and I found that, and I'm like, oh, because I must not have seen it in the guide, or not really thought about it, and I thought that was a highlight.
So now it's time. This is my favorite show, actually. Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration.
And this replaced Celebrate the Season last year, and it is way more than that. It's just, I did enjoy Celebrate the Season, but this has so many characters, and it has such great projections on the castle. And you can see just some of the characters coming out, Mickey and Minnie and Daisy, and they
Not Donald, though. Where is Donald? They may have to text him, perhaps, to get Donald to come out.
The one song, okay.
It has grown on me, but I know what you're about to say. It has grown on me.
Well, last year, as I was walking past the castle a couple times before actually seeing the show, I heard the texting song, which I do. That's the one song I don't like. And then I heard Clarabelle Cow singing. I'm like, oh, this is not a good show.
Double
but
goodness.
It's a fantastic show.
It is a tremendous. I actually I will admit it. I will admit it publicly. I like the texting song now. It has grown on me. It's a lot of fun. And I was listening to the crowd. And at the beginning, the crowd was looking at each other and making faces. By the end of it, everybody was like dancing and clapping along. I'm telling you, this song, even though a lot of people don't like it, it grows on you if you see it enough.
And here's Clarabelle Cow, and that had to grow.
Mariah Carey.
That had to grow on me a little bit too. So, but again, it really is. This is actually a fun segment overall.
It's a very fun segment. And
just the whole show, I think it's about 20 minutes long. It's just fantastic, and really a bonus for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. And they did play it during that week, Christmas week last year, even though it was not on the schedule until really as it got closer to that time period.
And you're seeing for the first time at during the production, Left Reindeer. Left Reindeer can be quite energetic.
And I had not heard of Left Reindeer, so Jeff had to...
How can you not hear the legend? There he goes in full force right there. He's a show stealer every time.
And he's actually right reindeer, at least if you were looking from the stage.
Well, yeah, I
but
guess
as you look towards him, but that's how...
It's tremendous.
But I guess, we were looking it up, and last year he was doing stuff, so
of course,
that's funny.
Very first show, I noticed him.
How do I miss this? But he's a great dancer there.
Yes, indeed. Oh, Christmas time's a comin'. It's the country hoedown version.
Yes, you've got you got Bullseye and Jesse and Woody there, and here is we've got the three caballeros.
Yeah, the three caballeros. Feliz Navidad.
And we don't see them too often here at Walt Disney World, although they are in Viva Navidad
at Disneyland,
right?
Yes.
And we saw them at Disneyland Paris this year for the 25th, the day of the 25th.
But especially the Viva Navidad, it's exactly like this with the Christmas music and everything. So that is an awesome show if you get out there and ring, ring, ring those Christmas bells.
This is really fun because you have so many of the different characters by now. You have like everybody is on stage, and you even have like Peter Pan and
Fantasyland
Snow White,
characters.
right? Like just everybody, Jiminy Cricket, everybody's, ringing the bells, and Wendy, and just it's really a very fun show.
Well, it just builds and builds and builds, and the very end is the best, of course.
So here is, we have Pluto coming out. I don't think we've hit the end yet.
No,
have we?
this is the end. Here comes Mickey and Minnie as Santa and Mrs. Claus. A return appearance from Left Reindeer.
But I don't know which one is. Oh, that must be Left
Yes,
Reindeer.
it's very easy to spot him. But the very, very best part is a little nod to the Muppet Christmas Carol coming up for the finale.
Well, it's more than a nod. I mean, it's the main song. It feels like Christmas, which I had actually not seen the Muppet Christmas Carol till like last year. So when I heard it, I'm like, oh, that's a really good song, and I know I've heard it.
Yeah, for you it was like, oh, it's the song from Mickey's Most Merriest.
Yes. Yeah. So I just thought that was, I finally got to see the Muppets Christmas Carol.
So what a great way to end. We would recommend that you go to the last show of the night, much less crowded than any of the other shows, and it's just a great way to end the evening, and another successful Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party in the books, and we're working our way out of the park.
Right, and we didn't get back till like 2 a.m. both nights, so...
well, that's how it goes.
Now it's recovery time.
It's not an easy job to go to these parties, is it?
No, it's a lot of running around. So, but here it is, like the end of the night.
Great for taking empty park pictures, too, if you have the energy to stay up, even if you don't.
It's probably like 1 a.m., and, guests can kind of linger, but eventually they'll, kind of say, okay, it's time to go.
We never did get that far. We left earlier than ever this year, like about 1:15, which is very early for us.
There were still guests in the
our
park.
old 50-year-old age is showing its... Anyway, so that was it. That was Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. But now, Christmas is not over. We're about to see Curious Axel tell us all about Christmas during the day at Disneyland Paris. So here he is, Curious Axel with Disneyland Paris Daytime Goodness.
Welcome to Disneyland Paris. It's Christmas, and I'm going to show you what Disneyland Paris has to offer here during the day. Let's go check it out.
Ho, ho, ho! Christmas is here! Ho, ho, ho!
Ernesto de la Cruz guitars.
We've guessed it.
Every time we said Ernesto de la Cruz, Miguel wants to play.
Okay, so if I say Ernesto de la Cruz, he plays. It's awesome. Thank you so much. So we're happy you took the time to see us.
Well, it's my pleasure, and all the elves are working very hard to make all those Christmas presents.
Well, I do hope so. Thank you so much, Santa.
Oh, well, it's totally natural.
My wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you.
Hey everybody, do you like my Christmas tree?
Santa, is that you?
No, I am Santa Stitch.
Ça c'est sûr, tu lui ressembles.
Now, that's what a Christmas party is about.
Last time, we were happy that Santa came to the rescue, right?
Yes.
So have a happy holiday and a Merry Christmas, Jack. Hi, Uncle Scrooge.
Hello.
How are you doing? I think I have a little problem. My pockets are empty. I always have a gold coin to give you, but no gold coin, no picture. So, this was it for part 1. And yes, there is a part 2. So be sure to check in next week to see what Disneyland has to offer at night. Well, at the evening at least. So, thank you for watching. Back to Jeff and Denise. And I'm gonna try to keep warm here. Until next week, guys. Bye-bye.
First thing Denise said when she just saw this segment, I want to go.
I do. You know what? I've been really wanting to go for the holidays this year. It looks fantastic.
This show looks awesome, by the way. All of it looks awesome.
It really does. And I think Disneyland Paris would be the one place I'd really want to go, for Christmas time this year.
But it looks Curious Axel looked like an Eskimo.
It's okay.
He looked so cold.
I know.
Frozen fountain not long away.
He
snow.
did a great job. He always does such a great job with these segments.
Tremendous.
And
Awesome. Thank you so much to Curious Axel, and make sure you check out his YouTube channel, the Curious Axel YouTube channel.
And I just want to say, okay, our contest with Trader Sam's Coffee Company by the 20th, November 20th, 2017. And what the prize is a seasonal winter edition roast. It's a peppermint mocha.
Just drank it as we recorded the show. So good.
Yes. And then also a mug. So it's like a little gift set. And it's only for our American viewers, domestic shipping. And so again, through November 20th, just let us know what your favorite part, what you look forward to most at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. And let us know in the
show notes,
right, just below,
or the
in the
comment
comments. And we, on the 20th, at the end of the day on the 20th or the 21st, we will draw a winner. And then on the next show, we will announce the winner.
So good luck to everyone, and we really appreciate all of everyone watching.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you also to Trader Sam's Coffee Company. You've really, I don't drink too much coffee. I drink a lot more tea, but you drink a lot of coffee.
I do.
And he has been trying so
spoiled.
many different types of coffees from them and has really enjoyed those. So also thanks to MEI Travel. They are our official travel agent. We really appreciate them so much, and definitely check them out. They have a newsletter if you want to find out, the latest on different specials at Walt Disney World. Check them out on their website.
And Disneyland Paris too.
And Disneyland
if you want to
Paris.
go and see all that goodness.
I want to go see it. Like I want to go. I want to book it today, and I want to go see it. Next
Well, you
month.
know who to call. If that's the case. And things are not slowing down. Much, much more. We're going to have the Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam. We're going to a dessert party tomorrow, and we'll have coverage of that next week.
And we have IAPA tomorrow, and including the Beaver Tails. I don't know if you remember Beaver Tails
from Epcot. Yum, yum,
so
yum.
I'm looking forward to. They used to be at Epcot for many years, and so
the
they bring him to
Canada
IAPA.
Pavilion.
Yes, and so I'm looking forward to that in particular. And we have a lot more.
Grand Floridian Gingerbread House opens tomorrow.
And we're going to probably take a look at. Well, Epcot this weekend is going to be
Epcot
all
too.
Christmas and just so much stuff. So it really is just like at the end.
Not to mention the
Gaylord
Gaylord
Palms.
Palms. Yes, ice. We get a nice ice preview, overnight stay, talk all about the Gaylord goodness.
And then next week it slows down a little bit, so I'm kind of looking forward to that
like
a little
day.
bit. Yeah, no, a little bit more than that. Fortunately, we have Thanksgiving coming up, and I'm looking forward to that. But this is going to be a very busy week for us, and I'm looking forward to. There's quite a bit to look forward to.
So anyway, thanks again for listening. Have a great week. Merry Christmas, and we will see you all next week.
Have a great week.